On-chain Bitcoin metric signaling of reflection of the 2017 bull market top. What is that all about? Cardano consolidating between a very wide range. Does it have the legs for another run to the upside? What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe, hit that like on the way in. You know I appreciate everybody. If you're in that live stream right now, smash the like button. Smash the like button. I beg of it. I beg of you, because the YouTube algorithms, they just love it. So I thank you for cruising by here today. All right, I just recorded this entire video. I was going to upload it, and my recording software screwed the whole video up. And so I'm like, I'm just going to go live. I'm going to redo it. And here I am. So let's dive into the Bitcoin video. I'm going to try and do this very simply, quickly, but it's so important. Everything that we're about to talk about. This is the Bitcoin chart zoomed out. I want to start here. The on-chain metrics that I talked about in the intro. This is what we're looking at. There's two things I want to point out here. New entrants, panic selling. That's what's been happening. That's happening. New entrants, panic sell. Now, so people recently coming into Bitcoin, panic selling. Total supply held by short-term holders. You can zoom in on this chart. This is on-chain metrics. You see this downtrend. We've seen since the beginning of this bull market right back here. This is the Remember the November bull market doors that we always talk about. Not accumulation, but just steady uptrend, right? People buying. Now we have short-term holders kind of selling. And this is reflective of what happened at the top of the last bull market. I'm not sitting here telling you that we're entering the bear market now, because it's going to repeat itself exactly. But I am telling you, this is a very important signal. And if you're not paying attention to this, you should be. Like, you should be very prepared for continued downside right now. And I'm going to talk about in this video why I don't think we're there. I really don't, but I'm very prepared for it, especially mentally. I tweeted earlier today, I said, don't panic, accumulate and build. And that could be, in the middle of this bull market, which is what I think we are. This could really be meaningful. Don't panic in these dips. But it could also be meaningful if we do enter a bear market. At the end of the day, it's going to happen eventually, everybody. Crypto is going to probably crash, and we're going to have to go through another cycle. And the best thing I can tell you is accumulate and build. It's not financial advice, but I remember I made this resolved commitment in the last bear market on the way down. Just work hard, build, accumulate as much crypto as you can. But let's talk about why I don't think we're really there yet, because I don't. And that's not the purpose of this video, is to say, hey, we're entering a bear market, everybody. That's not the purpose. There's things I'm looking for, and I want to talk about that. But here's a few things. Number one, the volume. So look at the volume. It's actually behind me. This is volume. There's not much, right, comparative to the beginning of the last bear market. That's number one. Time frame is a big one for me. Now, I talk about this all the time. 350 plus days post 2020 halving right here. It's a 2020 halving, that white line. And here we are, 350 days right here, last bull market post 2016 halving. And we've been talking about this, a very similar move to what happened here in a lot of ways. And I still think we're in that type of this bull market, in the middle of the bull market. Now, the other part of on-chain metrics I want to kind of integrate into this is the second piece. Long-term holders are buying this dip. And that's just true. You go on Twitter, you can see that. In almost perfect opposition to new entrants panic selling, long-term holders appear to be buying the dip and accumulating cheaper coins. That's happening. Now, I want to point out, similarly, the supply held by long-term holders has returned to accumulation mode, a pattern that again resembles the 2017 macro top. And if you're in that chat, we have almost 2,000 people. Hit that like on the way in. I appreciate it. And if you're accumulating, if you're buying this dip, especially smash that like button. So this is the other piece of the data. Now, look at this. Accumulation on the uptick with this current dip. This was the signal at the top of the last bull market right here. We went into accumulation mode all through the bear market. That's what's going on right there, accumulation mode. So again, another kind of reflective signal that a lot of people are probably going to pay attention to. Maybe some will take that extremely seriously to say, hey, we're entering a bear market. I am not there yet, everybody. There's a scenario. There's a scenario, and there always is, that history doesn't repeat itself. We take the historical data seriously. We definitely have respect for it, but it doesn't repeat itself. We're not going into a bear market. We're in the middle of a bull market, which a lot of the data suggests. And this accumulation is people buying a dip in the middle of a bull market. If you go to the weekly chart, how many dips have we had, really? I mean, this consolidation, and this is the third piece of it, is the other reason I don't think we're in the beginning of a bear market. It doesn't look like a cycle top as it does back here, the top of the 2017 bull market, right? So that's the other thing. And we could very well just be in a very simple dip that has low volume, accumulators accumulating in the middle of a bull market, ready for the next leg up. That could be where we are. Now, let's jump into the technicals of what is actually happening right now. And I want to start with, this is a video, actually, a very quick clip from January, or I'm sorry, where's my head at, everybody? This is from April 20th. And then the second thing, just to note and throw out there, is we do have a target in the lower 40,000s down in this area. So there's a target from April 20th, almost 1 month ago. And we finally basically just hit it. And look, my chart's all messy from the failed video I just recorded. So let me get rid of that Fibonacci and let's look. So I did that video that you just saw a clip of talking about the lower 40,000s up here, April 20th. We were talking about it mainly because we just broke the lower trend line of rising wedge with the lower 40,000 target down here. So we basically hit that area. Now, I want to just point this out. Before we talk about potential bounce, I would not be at all surprised if Bitcoin has another leg down to the 200-day moving average right here in that $39,000 area, maybe a wick below. This is what I'd want to see. If that happened, I'd want to see a very nice bounce off that area. And at the end of the day, I'd want to see an awesome looking weekly candle. Now, maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe Bitcoin starts maybe trading sideways, and then we get an uptick, higher highs, higher lows. This is that area that we need to watch for. This is kind of that bullish reversal. People are going to start FOMOing back in likely if we start moving up to this area and breaking the area. It's a short-term Fibonacci resistance, swing high to swing low that we just put in. And it's right there. If Bitcoin can manage to make a move to the $53,000 to $56,000 area at the 786 and break that area, we could be very well on our way out of this mess. And it's a very, very strong possibility that could happen. If you look at the chart here, Bitcoin just above oversold now on the daily. The charts are set up in such a way where Bitcoin is ready for, at the very least, to test the $53,000 to $56,000 resistance area. Bitcoin is ready to, at the very least, do that. And you just go back historically on the daily chart, and you can just see. I wish I don't think I have any mods or anything. Can you please stop spamming? Thank you. You can just see on the momentum oscillators, right? Coming out of oversold on the quicker moving momentum oscillator down here, the stock RSI coming out of oversold so often, right? We're getting these moves out of that area, an explosive move of some sort to test key areas, right? And this last one, actually, that stock RSI right here, this is the type of move we're looking for to test a very critical area. And back then, when that was just happening, this was in kind of the end of April, we got that move, and it was testing a critical area. And that was also Fibonacci, lower high resistance. Swing high here to swing low. We got the move to the resistance that we wanted. I think we were tracking it multiple times on this channel, and we failed at resistance. Similarly, we're looking to get a move to Fibonacci lower high resistance, and we don't want to fail there. We want to succeed. We want to see Bitcoin succeed in breaking that area. So that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin on the short term. And that's kind of where my head's at right now. I'm totally not in a place where I am in bear market mode. Even though on-chain metrics are signaling very similar things right now, it's way too early. This could totally just be Bitcoin accumulators that are used to 40% dips accumulating Bitcoin in the middle of a bull market. So, don't be faked out by the on-chain metrics just yet, but we're going to continue tracking this and we're going to continue seeing. What would start kind of adding concern for me would be we start closing this gap between the 50-week moving average and the 20-week moving average. On the short term, we want to get back above that area, the 20-week moving average, that green line. If we start closing this gap, then we can, I'll start talking about, all right, what are we looking at? How long might this be? What kind of market are we potentially entering? But we're not there yet. I'm very much tracking the short-term charts. So time will tell, and we have to be very cautious right now in general. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you the bull market is over. I'm also not going to sit here and tell you the bear market is over. So thank you, Michael, for the super chats. Great buying opportunity right now. So $50 a day from a sports book to ADA. So listen, a lot of accumulators out there, Bitcoin on-chain metrics showing that. And if this is the middle of the bull market, like a lot of the charting data suggests, could be a great play. And let's pivot over to Cardano as we talk about that. This is Cardano on the weekly. I want to point this out. Cardano, and by the way, look at this. The 20-week moving average right here, Cardano so overextended. Bitcoin, we know, has fallen through that area. Cardano just killing it. Just such crazy gains, such a bullish coin for so many fundamental reasons. And I want to just point something out on the charts. So we've talked so much about over time. We're talking about swing high here, Shelly hard fork, right? Into consolidation. And then we're kind of coming out of that consolidation. Remember, out of this ascending triangle that we were tracking, and then boom, into Mary hard fork. Mary hard fork consolidation into a very similar but larger ascending triangle, and then we're getting a breakout. What I want to show you is this area back here. We got that breakout. We got some separation from the 20-week moving average, this green line, and then we had consolidation for like a month or so sideways for Cardano after some really nice gains on the weekly. Really nice gains on the weekly. Are we about to enter a little bit of consolidation? It could be some volatile consolidation, by the way. I want to point that out. These weekly candles back here, price range wise, from that swing low right there to swing high, it's a 40% difference, right around a 40% difference in that 1 week alone. We could be entering a very similar area of volatility over the next month. It may play with your emotions. We'll talk about in the short term what that looks like, the support, the resistance, the range of volatility that we might experience. But long story short, Cardano has just put in massive gains over the last month or so. And right now we have a red candle. We're consolidating. It could go on a few more weeks. Be ready for it. Stay non-emotional is the key, but be prepared for all scenarios. Let's start digging in here on the shorter term. First off, this was in February 28th. I said out of nowhere, Cardano flies through $2, continues pump to 225. I just love that we broke the 2. We approached the 225. I mean, Twitter was going crazy. So this tweet so far, and I want the rest of it to play out. I continued. ADA retraces to $1.80. Bears call for 75. So we're kind of like right here. Cardano hasn't retraced to $1.80. I don't believe. If we go to a 6 hour, I think it was like right in that $1.90 range. We've retraced to $1.90. Hey, maybe some bears were calling for 75. But that $1.80 range still in play. But what I want to talk about now is this. You zoom in on this chart, and I was just talking about this in yesterday's video. I'm not going to show a clip, but that bottom Fibonacci support is still there, and that $1.80 range is down there. Notice from when I did this video, we've hit this support, and this is where we are right now. We're going to look at that chart right now. What that looks like on the hourly is this, and here's another messy chart from the video I just recorded that I could not upload because of my recording software. So let me get rid of these Fibonacci's. So here's the Fibonacci support that we're at right now. So, we're talking about it in this video, basically, and here we are. And what it is, it's a swing low from right here before we took off on the short term to swing high, all-time high, and you have Cardano retracing all the way back down, and it's a pretty nice retrace, right? We're talking about from that swing high to that swing low, 20% dip on the hourly chart. Crazy volatility. Cardano seeing support here now. If this fails, and we'll talk about if it succeeds as support, what to look for, but if it fails, we have to start eyeing up what we talked about in that video the other day, which is the next kind of more midterm Fibonacci support. Swing low to swing high, that nice move that we had all the way from like $1.47 to like $2.47. It's crazy. This is the support we want to eye up. And this is down in that $1.80 range. It's $1.85 to, let's just call it $1.65. That's the support that we want to be ready for in a very volatile environment. Cardano, Bitcoin, cryptos continuing to the downside, continuing to freak people out, continuing to cause mass panic and hysteria across crypto. That's the support area. So, we hit our first support. It's exactly what we want to see. We're seeing support. It's exactly what we want to see. What we want to see ultimately is a reversal on the short term. That would look like this. Now that we've hit a Fibonacci support, we start talking about Fibonacci resistance. Swing high to this current swing low, and we have resistance right around 235 to 225. If Cardano can make a move to the upside out of this falling wedge that you see it in, so break out of this upper trend line to the 225 to 235 area, that's a lower high resistance. We want to see Cardano break that area and start confirming some bullish continuation. This would be a bullish reversal. At the end of the day, what's just crazy to me is, we do kind of have that panic going on. I know so many of you have been here a while, but how often do these dips happen? I mean, we're talking about a 20% dip right now for Cardano. You zoom out on even the hourly, and it's just like, dude, we've lived through so many of these dips, even recently. Look at this quick dip back here, May 12th, like 5 days ago. Quick capitulation, almost 20%. You go back at the April area, and we're looking at 40% dip. And just look on the hourly. So you zoom out on the daily. They happen all across crypto. Right now we're in one, and we want to monitor support. We want to monitor reversals and confirmations. And they really, for me, the most reliable data are these Fibonacci's. I've been using them for years. They're so reliable. We integrate the patterns. We integrate, Bitcoin charts, what on-chain metrics are saying, and we monitor all of this stuff ultimately so we can make the best decision. So Cardano has the legs. It really does have the legs for a continuation to the upside. You can look at a Bitcoin dominance chart. One thing I'm really, I'm very interested in seeing, because if a lot of people are right and we're still in the middle of this bull market, there's a good chance that Bitcoin might have a little bit of a recovery before continuation to end this bull market, right? It's a very similar move that happened right here. And this area on the Bitcoin dominance chart, this recovery area, is actually right where a lot of us think we are in this bull market before altcoins really take off at the end of the bull market right here. So maybe a similar move right now for crypto. Boom, boom. And you can see this is like that August area, July, August area. Remember the Bitcoin charts? We're looking at that. We're looking at the historical data, and we're saying, hey, we really are right around this July, August consolidation, mainly July right now. So it's all coming together. We all got to just chill out a little bit. If you're new to crypto, this is it. Don't panic. Accumulate and build. Whether we enter a bear market, whether this is a mini dip on the short term and we're about to go to $3, $4, $5, accumulate and build with steady hands and a steady mind. It's the way to go. There's no point zooming in, getting all emotional, because these dips happen all the time. You'll drive yourself crazy. You have to get used to them. You have to prepare for ridiculous extreme scenarios, meaning maybe we do enter a bear market. Are you ready for that? Truly face that possibility, because it can happen. We get some regulation, some world event, something can just crash crypto. Are you ready for that? And are you ready for continuation? If this is the middle of the bull market, are you ready for that? Zoom out, make your decisions. Everybody's portfolio is different. There's not one person in this world that can tell you what to do. You have to make that decision on your own. So those are my thoughts right now. I don't think we're in that or that bear market just yet. I really don't. So, and in terms of taking profits, again, that's a personal thing. There's some people maybe watching this right now that maybe bought Cardano right here. And then zooming out on the charts, there could be some people that bought it all the way back here, $1.16. Everybody's different. you have to answer those questions for yourself, where you are personally, financially. It's the most personal financial decision. No YouTuber is going to be able to tell you what to do. Everybody, if you're staking your Cardano with CCV, I truly ask for your help. So, and I'm gonna, if you're a delegator, this is for you. We're growing these pools, and my wife Sarah and I, we are coming up with something. And I've said this before, I think we want these to be mission-driven pools. We're going to be doing some really awesome things. And as we grow these pools, I'm trying to keep them under 32 million. The reason for that is not because it's saturated right now. Right now, it's only 59% saturated. But the future saturation point, probably coming, pretty soon, will be 32 million. And we want to keep our pools below 32 million. So if you're in CCV, CCV1 is our newer pool, right? That is 100% operational, minting blocks. I think this epic actually is going to outperform CCV. It changes every time. We're minting blocks. Go move. If you're in CCV, I really appreciate your help. Just move it over to CCV1. The wallet data says that, our rewards aren't as good, but that's because we're like weeks old. The data is not populated. Rewards are fine, just like every other protocol we're minting. We're going to be creating CCV2 soon to avoid future saturation at 32 million. But I need your help. If you can just move from CCV to CCV1, I truly appreciate that. As we balance these things out, and then my wife Sarah and I, we're going to be talking about soon some of the things that we're working on. I mean, we've already been doing things that a lot of you, are not aware of. Some of you are aware of, and we're really excited as we grow these pools to do some really cool things, to really, at the end of the day, love and serve others, because if you know me, that is what I'm all about. That is the mission, everybody, to serve just as Jesus has served. And at the end of the day, it's really all I care about. That really is. I talk about crypto every day, but that is me. That is my heart. And you might see me start talking about that a little bit more as well. So hit that like button, everybody. I appreciate you cruising by. I did invite Charles for an interview, and Charles is coming on for an interview. We're going to chat about some awesome things. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Let's see what Cardano does. Be prepared for all scenarios. These are my thoughts. That's all. Just a dude out here. Time for me to go relax. I went to the dentist today. My mouth is like throbbing right now. Have an awesome night, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.